Telling you kids, don't come to Hollywood.
Exist. So they're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mod.
There was a time when Jim Carrey was one of the biggest stars in the world. Then something changed. He began speaking about the Illuminati and Hollywood's darker secrets, pointing out gestures he claimed were symbols of a hidden elite. At first, people laughed it off as Jim being Jim. But then he appeared in Paris looking completely different. Some said plastic surgery. Others believed something far more strange. Then another voice stepped in, one even Hollywood can't ignore. Keanu Reeves, known for his honesty and refusal to play Hollywood's games, has begun speaking out. He's seen what happened to Carrey and understands what the industry does to those who don't stay silent. This isn't just about Jim Carrey. It's about a system of control hiding in plain sight. Today, we explore his rise, his warnings, and the price he may have paid, along with Keanu Reeves' support and the question no one wants answered. Who decides which stars rise and which ones disappear?
I was really careful of not inviting the darkness into this. To your point, I guess I take those kinds of things seriously, and I didn't want to bring that, we're talking about heaven and hell and being damned, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to say the name or invoke anything out there.
To truly understand what happened to Jim Carrey, why he started speaking out, why the industry seemed to turn on him, and why Keanu Reeves is now stepping in, you have to go back to the beginning, long before fame. At just 16, Jim Carrey dropped out of high school, not by choice, but out of necessity, because his family had nothing. They were living out of a Volkswagen van, constantly moving, surviving on whatever they could manage. At that age, he took on jobs as a security guard and a janitor, doing whatever it took just to help put food on the table.
And we actually had a lot of fun. We had more fun there than we did when we were doing this job that we didn't like.
The janitor job.
Yeah, the janitor job.
So your dad was the janitor, your mom was the janitor,
We were
and
janitors
you were the
and security guards / security guards. And every day,
the whole family.
My father would come to relieve me from my 8-hour shift, and there would be a new hole in the wall in the office.
However, through it all, Jim held on to one thing, the dream of making people laugh. His first attempt at comedy came at a Toronto club called Yuck Yucks. He stepped on stage, performed his set, and got booed off. The audience didn't just reject him, they humiliated him. He auditioned for Saturday Night Live 3 times and was rejected every single time. Each rejection felt like another door slamming shut. Even his first TV show, The Duck Factory, failed to gain attention. It came and went without leaving a mark. He even made it to The Tonight Show, a dream stage for any comedian, but his set wasn't perfect, and the opportunity slipped away. One mistake, and the door closed again. Most people would have quit. Most would have taken it as a sign they weren't meant for this path. But Jim Carrey didn't quit. And then, in 1994, everything changed. Ace Ventura wasn't expected to succeed. It was a strange, low-budget film about a pet detective, but Carrey gave it everything. Every bit of pain, rejection, and struggle went into that role. Then came The Mask, a risky comic adaptation that no one thought would work, but his performance was unforgettable. He didn't just act, he transformed. And then Dumb and Dumber, a film so ridiculous it should have been forgotten, instead became a massive hit. By the end of 1994, Jim Carrey had become the biggest star in the world, earning $25 million per film and becoming the highest-paid comedian in history. With fame came access. He was now invited into Hollywood's inner circles, the exclusive parties, the private events, the conversations hidden behind closed doors. But what he discovered there wasn't what he expected.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
You see, the industry didn't want Jim Carrey, the man who had fought through poverty, rejection, and built himself from nothing. They wanted the character, the rubber-faced, high-energy performer, the mask. Then came Man on the Moon, where he played Andy Kaufman, a comedian so committed to his craft it consumed him. Carrey went all in. He didn't just act, he became Kaufman, staying in character even off camera. It pushed him to a place that unsettled everyone around him. But when filming ended, something had changed. He didn't fully come back. The line between Jim Carrey and Andy Kaufman had blurred, and the man who emerged felt different. Jim had survived poverty. He had survived rejection. He had reached the top of an industry known for breaking people. But now, he was about to learn something deeper. Surviving Hollywood is one thing, but speaking the truth about it is something else entirely.
I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
In 2014, Jim Carrey sat on Jimmy Kimmel's couch and began speaking about the Illuminati, government-controlled entertainers, and a system designed to keep people distracted while the world fell apart. At first, people laughed it off, thinking it was just a bit. But by 2017, everything had shifted. At New York Fashion Week that year, Carrey had stopped joking. He began making cryptic statements about reality, about personality as a construct, and about the masks we all wear.
Hey, Jim Carrey. Yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe in
icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility.
Then, in 2022, Jim announced he was stepping away from acting. He said he'd had enough and just wanted to take a break. But Hollywood wasn't finished with him. He was hit with a wrongful death lawsuit connected to his ex-girlfriend's passing.
Jim Carrey is being sued by his girlfriend's mother for allegedly giving his ex illegal drugs that ultimately led to her tragic death and 3 committed diseases. The suit also claims that Carrey shamed Katrina White before she took her life and even called her a... According to the lawsuit filed by Katrina's mother, Bridget Sweetman, in early 2013, Carrey didn't tell Katrina that he had tested positive for multiple STDs. When he was tested for STDs, he allegedly gave the fake name Jose Lopez in order to avoid detection, the lawsuit.
The case was eventually dismissed after it was discovered that some documents were forged and the claims were fabricated, but the damage had already been done. Look closely and you'll see the pattern. Apply legal pressure, combine it with public humiliation, and launch smear campaigns to make someone appear crazy, unstable, or dangerous. This has been the go-to tactic against whistleblowers for decades. Then came the 2026 César Awards in Paris.
Then I watched everybody talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
Harry appeared on stage, and something was different. His face, his gestures, the way he moved and spoke. The internet erupted with theories, clones, body doubles, replacements. Had he truly been replaced, not by another actor, but by a controlled version of himself, a compliant avatar who would smile, nod, and never speak out again? This is where Keanu Reeves comes in. During the filming of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Carrey and Reeves spent hours together off camera. Carrey confided in him, revealing what he'd discovered about who really pulls the strings in Hollywood. Reeves, a notoriously private man, rarely comments on others, but with Carrey, he made an exception. He called him a creative genius, a true original, and reportedly warned the industry behind closed doors to leave him alone. Reeves is trusted and loved by everyone, which makes him dangerous to the system. If Hollywood wants to silence Carrey now, they'd have to go through Keanu Reeves, and Reeves doesn't play their games. Carrey's warnings were never just about himself. He called out Hollywood for protecting predators, enabling monsters, and shielding powerful figures while silencing dissenters. He highlighted the pattern: protect the influential, silence the critics, control the narrative. Hollywood has perfected it over decades. Carrey saw it, he named it, and he paid the price. Whether the man who appeared in Paris was the real Jim Carrey or something else, one thing is clear. The Jim Carrey who once spoke out is no longer vocal. But Keanu Reeves quietly stands by him, using his untouchable reputation as a shield. He made it clear, if you come for Jim, you go through me. Reeves survived tragedy, loss, and the harshest side of Hollywood and emerged intact. In a town built on illusion, he's real. Jim Carrey once said, "Don't come to Hollywood." He wasn't joking, he was warning. His journey, from struggling comedian to global superstar to outspoken critic to whatever he is now, is a cautionary tale, a glimpse behind the curtain. Hollywood rewards conformity and punishes dissent, crafting false realities to protect its image and profits. Many believe Carrey refused to conform, and the machine tried to erase him. Keanu Reeves remains a beacon of hope, a reminder that not everyone in Hollywood has sold their soul. But one man can't change the system alone. The warning is clear, the pattern undeniable, and the question lingers. How many others have been silenced, and how many more will speak before it's too late? Jim Carrey tried to blow the lid off. Did he succeed, or did the lid close back in place? The story is still unfolding. What do you think? Was Jim Carrey warning us about something real, or was it all just performance? And if it was real, who's next? Share your thoughts in the comments. Till next time, bye.